Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Breaking news. News that's not for everybody. Coming in hot today. Say it's not so. The hybrids are in control. Top secret hybridization program coming out. Exposure, exposed. Whatever, anything goes. Thank y'all so very much for being here at the Visual Disturbance. Let's just skip the intro. Let's not be playing the intensified music here. Let's just jump on into the channel today. So welcome all walks of life to the channel. Thank y'all so very much for being here on this beautiful warm day on March the 31st, 2026. And this year just keeps on giving and giving and giving and more in the bizarre world. And we're going to be talking about that here in a little bit before we jump into the program. I'm going to throw this out here for everybody out there, just to tentatively throwing something out here for the channel and anybody out there that wants to know about it. Here in about maybe about a month, I'm still working on some bugs. In about a month, I'm going to do, let's just say, bring some more content to the channel, something more on the lines of a personal manner. And we're going to be talking about things about my personal life and talking about who you actually know that you see and watch here on Visual Disturbance. You'll get to know more about me, so to speak. So I'm going to do that in the near future. I'll explain all that and reveal that in the near future. Do some vlogs, not some blogs, but some vlogs here on the channel with good old Brian. So, welcome everybody to the channel. Let's just get on into this. Hit the links in the description box. Hit me up on Facebook. The bizarro world that we live in. And let's just take it off into oblivion here. The news is not for everybody. Some breaking news and some stuff that just really got revealed. Well, because somebody said it. But we're going to be talking about some topics that I've talked about here in the past. And then also explaining that I once was there years ago reading this material. And another thing, I'm going to wordplay on some particular topics on certain, let's just say, job positions, occupations, or higher status. I'm only going to say first name basis because I kid you guys not. I kid you not. I got in trouble there a while back, about a week ago, bringing up some revealing of some news footage just of the local Kentucky news. No joke. Can't make this stuff up. So I'm going to wordplay it a little bit, go on first name basis, and not take too big of a deep dive in that as far as the people that are making these claims that we're going to reveal to this afternoon. So long-winded intro. Thank y'all so very much for being here. Jay, John 3:16. You got it. Let's go ahead and jump into it. April 2026 will be the craziest month in human history. April Fools, folks. It's March the 31st, and speaking of the craziest month in human history, where the heck are we? Okay? Because the topic we're going to be talking about tonight, or this afternoon, or this morning, wherever you are on this good old earth, we're going to be talking about something here. A lot of people are going to fringe. They're going to think, well, this is too much fringe topic. I'm cringing, Brian. I can't talk and watch you. You're just driving me crazy. Well, this stuff will drive you crazy. This stuff will. So, let's talk about this particular thing. It just happened, just popped off in the news. You notice my excitement level is kind of low, okay? Because I don't really want to report on it, but I'm going to have to. It's one of my favorite topics. But according to the account, Matt confirms the U.S. military is currently in possession of alien technology and has reverse engineered their weapons, which are available for use now. Wow. 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 I hope you can 3D print me a home. Get me a home down by the river with Chris Farley. Down by the river and build me an instant log cabin like it's Minecraft with this technological advancements. It's like when I hear this term and hear these conversation pieces, and I'm not mocking or, throwing any, negativity toward these folks or any shape or form or scoffing at these individuals. But man, I knew it was going to happen. I remember reading a document for 1998 all the way up to 2024 talking about something of the, let's just say, space program and the corona. No joke. It was and they disclosed in that document talking about these four-letter agency would say, well, we can't put the genie back in the bottle, so to speak. There's going to be too much revealed. Our space programs and everything will be revealed. People will start questioning things. People start seeing things in 2023, 2024, and then boom, there you go. That's when this slow drip of disclosure, this alien disclosure nonsense that we've been hearing about. And just to kind of think about, not your typical visual disturbance channel format. I'm going to go on a little rant. When I see this in my speculative conspiracy tinfoil hat loving mindset, maybe I'm just too ignorant. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm just too cognitively drained. But the first thing I think about is the 1994 and 1997 TV series. There was a movie in 1994, but in Stargate SG-1, it reminds me verbatim. It's like we're watching a freaking script. I don't even know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm completely losing my marbles, so to speak, or the screws are too loose, or I hit my head too hard and I'm visually disturbed. But this reminds me of a Stargate, literally TV show, live, like a live TV show. Like I wake up, you see the news and you see these news headlines and the great reveal, they're coming here, they're going to happen. Well, we're going to be talking about that in a little bit, where they've already been here. We're going to look at biblical principles and things of, let's just say the indigenous, the Native American culture. We're going to be talking about certain things that go bump in the night, okay? Yeah, George, all fake, all distractions. I'm with you. There's all kinds of different directions to and fro, but what I'm going to talk about today, it makes me wonder, like the fishing rod and the baits thrown out with the lure, but what type of bait is it? And nothing against Matt, nothing against these folks that's talking about this particular topic in this reverse engineer program. But I got something else to throw out here. Not only that do we have reverse engineering alien technology and this great reveal where everybody's, supposedly running out of everything, and there's these, let's just say, energy lockdowns happening and all this other insane stuff that's going on. Check this out. Also, and we're going to talk about a little bit more in depth about what he talked about, but as you can see on here, Mr. Matt reveals he was once briefed on alien breeding programs where captured aliens were breeding with humans to create a hybrid race. Yeah, I'm scratching my beard, scratching my head, and kind of scratching my chin because this really just, I don't know why I take it so personal and get so aggravated with it. I guess it's because I care too much for humanity. I guess it's because I care too much about spiritual things. I guess it's because I care too much about our reality and you want things to be like they used to be. But let's just face the facts. Things are changing at an extremely, extremely fast rate. I get it. Okay, consciousness, whatever you want to call it. We're being advanced in some shape or form or direction. But when I look at this right here and I think about this, really ponder on it and just listen to what it's saying. Breeding programs, captured aliens, all this. And they're breeding with humans to create the hybrid race. Man. Okay, let's go back 5 years ago. We got some guys in white trench coats. I am your creator. Take this and all will be well. Well, guess what? I have this crazy fun fact. I'm not going to say any names, but it's almost like if there's hybridization creatures and hybrid humans and hybrid this and, swamp gas over here and lizard men over here, the reptilians are coming out of the cracks and crevices with their intergalactic space programs or whatever. It reminds me of the reptilian story, and it makes you think, because we're going to talk about a particular program, about this breeding program and something that happened in the past, the claim, and the 50s, mind you. And when I think about reptilians, could you imagine, here's some fun, humorous here commentary. I have a trench coat. I know that I'm diabolical, and my daddies, they're lizard-like people like Cobra Commander, like on G.I. Joe. And you didn't let me take and do what my daddies did back in the day when it talks about, we're going to talk about it here in a minute, about capturing, abduction, and all those different things, and the things that talk about in the Bible in the past. But I could just picture some righteous hybridization human, I want you to take this so I can take something out of the population, you know what I mean? Man, where the heck are we? And speaking of breeding program, I want to throw something out here for you guys. when I thought about this decree, okay, this something of a matter that happened in the 50s. I think about the exchange of something that happened, of the claim, and President Eisenhower supposedly met with a group of aliens, okay, and supposedly the count was he rejected the Nordics, the tall blondes, all that. And you hear this claim all the time of Mr. T that he's in communication with the Nordics and all this stuff. And supposedly they wanted to disarm and take our nukes, and you hear that all the time in the news now. And then the alleged, the shadow government or whatever degree, this Gray Treaty was to, let's just say, interbred and encapsulate themselves in some shape or form to form and to do things to humans and genetic research and biological monitoring. Yeah, that's a thing. The Great Decree. So they claim to be situations where they take people, unharm them, wipe their memories and all this stuff. So what it reminds me of, and you've heard this on the channel thousands of times, a lot of people hate that I bring this up. Some people just hate me, period. I've known that from the Now You See TV fellowship group. People condone me for being me. It's kind of crazy, but whatever. Haters gonna hate. Not to get on a rant. But when I think about this great decree and I think about it, it reminds me of Genesis 6. When you think about the sons of God made with the daughters of men, there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God made it with the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, that the same came mighty men of old, men of renown. So if you really logically think about this and you say, okay, if you go back to the Native American cultures and different other cultures and even civilizations that predate us by thousands of years, it's always the same narrative. Here comes the ships. Here comes the technology. Men would be like this. I am in servitude to you. Give me the pros and cons. I will give you my women and all these different things. My family bloodline, oh no, it's going away. And all of a sudden, they have technological advancements. It makes me think of the Book of Enoch. They're being raised up some shape or form, and all of a sudden, catastrophic events happen, and they literally are decimated off the face of the earth. So it's kind of ironic that we're literally living the same days, and it's nothing new in the sun, and we're literally living in that whole cosmic loop of retardedness. And forgive me for using that term. Forgive me, I should not use that term, but this is the way I feel about this certain topic that just makes me feel disoriented. It's there to cause gaslighting. I guess I get it. But when those things all play out, that these things are of antiquity and they've been fighting wars with humans and lizard people or whatever it is, we have to get off our little high horse and literally get back down to realization, say, okay, collectively, is there any data on this that precedes this account today, talking about Mr. Matt referring to breeding programs? Well, there actually is. So we're going to show a little clip here, but I'm not going to show it and turn the audio on. I'm just going to kind of reference it, because if I do, I might get in trouble. We've referenced this many times here on the channel, many times. I'm just going to bring it up on the show here for you guys to see it. I'm not going to play the audio and everything. But this is a Brazilian podcast, okay? And these two folks here on the screen, woman and man from his tribal leaders, and then you can see the term Manikuwabu pops up on the screen there. And he shows him what this whole podcast is about. He shows him an alien gray image. And that guy, this tribal leader, is like, that's the Manikuwabu. That's the big ant, like it's saying on the screen. We call them the Manikuwabu, the ones that take us to Sheol, the ones that take us to the inner earth. They're very dangerous, okay? If a person, like it's saying, if a person messes with them too much, it takes a person to the spiritual underground. When you think about Sheol, the Lakas, the Talas, a dark place. I mean, wake up, folks. We're living in the twilight zone. Tunnel systems and everything like that. They're literally claiming this in Brazil, and I can prove this in South America, and even in the Americas. You can talk about ant people and everything all day long, and there's even through antiquity, it talks about the ant people. And heck, in Nevada and out there in the West, they have depictions of these creatures, okay? Not only that, they have the creatures of the mantis people and all these other so-called Nephilim hybridization creatures. And you got to ask yourself a question. What do they want? What are they doing? It's the same exact thing. Took wise as they chose. You can call them giants. You can call them whatever you can call it. It's the same darn narrative. We got to cut through all the cognitive problem and just cut to the source and say, okay, 4 foot, 5 foot, 10 foot, 12 foot, whatever it is. Oh, that's giants. And people get all crazy with it. Well, they're not titans. I don't care what they are. If it's the principle, if they're coming up to me and being like, hey, let's do a little hybridization program so we can advance your human race. Well, you know what? I have a theory on this. If you look at the Gray Decree and everything that we just talked about a minute ago, ancient Atlanteans, okay? Ancient Atlanteans. I had something pulled up there, but it messed up, so forgive me. But the ancient Atlanteans, the whole narrative behind that about Atlantis being destroyed, and you hear this subconsciousness, they was able to rid themselves of their bodies. They was like us, and all of a sudden they had to go into a hybridization mode and turn themselves into these android grays and go on about this because their population wasn't going to make it. Well, if you look at it, they didn't perish, but they retreated to a vast underground cavern system, which I just talked about a few moments ago. Going underground, hiding, and then all of a sudden, over thousands of years, humans adapt. They adapted to subterranean life, and then they're talking about the turning the gray due to lack of sunlight, all this evolution nonsense, okay? So it makes you wonder because they're saying, well, we can't survive. We got to mate with the humans, these beautiful Amazon-looking women. Okay, we're being so fragmented, folks. We've been taught so many lies and deceitfulness. This is the danger of this nonsense. Okay, so let's just have a little bit more fun, a little bit more context to the matter. So, conserving energy. These grays are conserving energy. So to once so-called live amongst us. I mean, so it almost is intertwining for what Mr. Matt is revealing to the public, and we're going to talk about that here in a little bit, get back more into that. But it's pretty bizarre. It's pretty bizarre. So speaking of more bizarre, the Manikuwabu, the conversation with the Greys, and let's just talk about what he revealed on, I think it was Benny Johnson's podcast, YouTube channel today. I think that's what it was, or yesterday, talking about this hybridization program. And mind you, this individual, I don't think he's lying. Okay, I would not ever say that he's lying. I think he's literally privy to a lot of knowledge and put his career on the line to be talking about it. But to what cost are we going to really go down to this narrative of like, how far can we go? How much farther can we go, folks? I mean, it's the world. They want us to literally fragment our brains to where we just can give up our humanity. It is what it is. I'm talking about the powers that be, the principalities, the spiritual applications. I mean, come on. It's insane. So speaking of, this is what he said verbatim here. Mr. Matt goes on and says, there is an alien hybridization breeding program. And then he also says what he was told in the classified congressional briefing by a uniformed U.S. Army officer. I had someone to come and brief me who was in military uniform, worked for the United States Army. That was briefing me on the locations of the hybrid breeding programs that captured aliens were breeding with humans to create some hybrid race that could engage in the intergalactic communication. I'm sorry to say this, folks, but the GATE program, sorry about that. Let me get a swig of water. It's getting a little bit of a comedy show. There's no such thing as people having bending spoons or walking up walls or anything like that, demonstrating supernatural powers like the X-Men. That's all just make-believe stuff too. So I'm sorry about that. Hint, hint, wink, wink, if you can see my eyes. Intergalactic communication, an actual uniformed member of the United States Army, briefed me on that. Mr. Matt added that they recovered craft sites examined by the CIA containing non-human biologicals with non-identifiable human source. They're straight from this is straight from a seaman under oath, level clearance, no speculation, just what he says was officially briefed. And then you can see it there. I'm not going to post it or look at it on the screen because I don't want to get hit with any kind of copyright. Hello out there. So, okay. So the severity of this and the consciousness of mind of reality. So ultimately, what is it? Why can't we get this dog and pony show over with? I know the Vimanas, I know the Ifas, I know the flying scrolls, the flying rolls, the intergalactic tic tacs, the jellyfish, or whatever. Just get the dog and pony show on the road. Let's just go ahead and show all the toys, the bells and whistles, the dystopian Ant-Man. Let's just go Ant-Man, dystopian Argotha. Let's just pop the whole thing off. Let's pull the lid. It's insane. Okay? And an average person doesn't even realize what's really going on here. Okay? we've been taught something, and it goes on a genetic level. There's DNA caught up in it. And I can tell you right now, for fun, humorous purpose only here, I began to wonder about my family. Okay, I'm just beginning to wonder, and I've got some. And I'm not saying anything about. I'm talking about modern family, but I do have some proud heritage of some Native American culture in my blood veins. Okay, so maybe, just maybe, if I can understand, if I see a gray alien looking back at me through the window, hello, ET phone home, I take you. I'm gonna be like, yes, okay, pop, lock, and drop it. Let's get a little EMF radiation popping. This good old boy's gonna go back in the fire. I am here. I am the android. Could you imagine? I mean, folks, I can't even take this serious. Like, I can't. I don't even know. Like, maybe I'm just losing my mind. I couldn't take this serious. ET, I couldn't do it. I put you here. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't fathom it. I couldn't. And then people be like, we have the biologicals. We have them. The men in suits, you know. Here comes the men in black. You know, I can't take it serious. I just can't. I'm sorry to kind of throw out some sarcasm there and be a little bit fictitious, but it's just kind of getting old. It's kind of getting old. So let's take it to another level. Let's take it to another level. So not only do we have Genesis 6, we got this whole thing about nothing new in the sun. We got all these things, these principles. This, just to put it in context here, I think about the account of Christ. Oh man, don't say that. Well, I welcome all walks of life to the channel here. I'm gonna put a little shameless plug. Welcome all walks of life. I'm not gonna get into a debate. Not gonna get into any kind of theater, any kind of controversy or confliction, because that's not what I am. I'm not that type of person. I don't want to do it. Okay, I don't want to do it. But I have to say, when you think about biblical principles and you think about what the Lord did, you think about why he gets mixed up with the ascended masters. You have to ask yourself the depths of what the Christ story really is. And he took on flesh and saved us from this crazy realm. So you got to ask yourself, the Nephilim, the Raphaim, the whole story with the altering, the days of Noah 2.0, you got to ask yourself, he done that so we could have a way, like our soul, to get out of this nonsense. Because according to the account, how can we go this week, or just a few days back, we said there was a certain person that's a higher up, it's close to my age, says, the aliens are demons. And then this gentleman, Mr. Matt is saying, we have the biologicals, we have the, excuse me, I didn't want to do an impression, forgive me. This gentleman says we have reverse engineered technology. We're going to be flying them. We're going to be popping them up in a minute. Free energy for all. Autonomous vehicles. Welcome to the crazy place of Raytheon and Lockheed Martin. Let's just bring it all out and let's just upset every type of everything of control and just reset the button and make it happen. So I went on a rant there. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry about that. So I lost some people in the chat too because I said, Jesus, that ain't no good. But hey, welcome to the channel. So I'm sorry that name offends you. I hope it doesn't. But sorry it does. Sorry if it does. So a little rant. Bring it all out. Powers that be. Do it. I lost my train of thought, folks, right here live on the television. Live, lost my train of thought. Military personnel, all these different things, talking about intergalactic communication, bringing up the whole thing. I can't fathom, the way this is going, okay? I'm alert, I'm understanding, I'm awake to it all. The Nunahi story, all of it is going on. The demon narrative, the alien narrative, we got people claiming that's what it was, the demons. And then you turn around and say, well, they have craft. And then now they're breeding with us. So let's just hear me. So according to these other folks, they're demons. And according to these folks, they're aliens. So you mean to tell me that the aliens have mated with us and breeded with our females, and we have offspring breeding programs, so we're hybrid demons? Oh, I'm sorry, but there's other accounts when it comes to paranormal and everything, and talking about spiritual applications when it comes to even biblical, even ancient cultures, talking about things that going to and fro, walking through walls, inhabiting somebody, and literally looking like some type of spiritual ghost off the Ghostbusters. So I'm sorry that there's like a little bit of a disconnect with that, because oh man, I'm floored, folks. I can't fathom this nonsense. I can't fathom it. I can't fathom it anymore. I can't fathom it. I can't fathom it. I can't. My mind can't even. I can't even process it. I, we're being. I use the term all the time, bamboozled. Okay, and if you can't go and say, okay, there's factions of humans, hybrids, extraterrestrials, and they've done it, done that, got the T-shirt, and they've already been doing it for thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands. Yeah, you like how I said upon thousands, because it's been going on through antiquity, even back before the flood of Noah. And here we are playing around with some type of jigsaw puzzle, trying to figure it all out, and it is making my brain hurt. So this is the stuff, and this is what's so dangerous about this. So you mean to tell me we're going to say, okay, breeding program, magical world of you know what world, and just start teaching this and say, okay, I'm sorry, there's some hybrids here. There's 3% of us out here that are not. The rest of the population is literally made from apes. I'm not kidding you, folks. This is where this is headed. Okay, the severity, the seriousness of it, this is where this is headed. Three-letter agency individuals that retired just claimed that there was actually, that we was breeded by these entities and used as literally coming from apes. And I can assure you guys, I think it's the other way around. The apes come from us, but that's just my theory. Welcome to the planet of the apes, where insanity is happening. So subliminal messaging, crazy cognitive ability, people going and we're already on the prefaces of people going crazy. People are losing their cool, and you know what the ultimate thing is, the ultimate test is, I've been hearing and seeing and just praying about, and I'm thinking about it. Humanity, good human, do something, make something, do something. Okay, so let's just have fun here. Let's just have fun. Let's just have a hypothetical. There's some folks running around here with the gray DNA or whatever, Nephilim DNA. That's why when you look at spiritual applications, that's why when you look at the principalities and you see what happened, and you mention the good old man upstairs, oh God, and then you think about Christ and think about the begotten Son and looking at what he done and taking on the sin debt. And if we was that old creature, this Nephilim or whatever it is, it's this, like the so-called, everything that people don't want to be associated with, and we become a new creature, a new beginning, a new frontier, so to speak, and a new way. And their spirit, your soul, your body one day will dematerialize with their ray guns or whatever the type of nonsensical things they're going to bring out with these new programs, whatever it is. We will have a place to reside in a spiritual sense, and we'll have some type of new body. And I think that it's skewed to make us believe, oh hell, the great Greys. Oh hell, the great Nordics. And then at the end of the day, you forgot who you were, okay? And a lot of people don't know who they are, but people are in their 40s and 50s and 60s, they still are trying to wonder and figure out what's going on in this reality. And I can assure you right now, we are being programmed on the highest order right now in the psychological psyops, but beyond, it's beyond principle. It's beyond, way beyond anything of our threshold. We cannot, it's a madhouse. That's right. There's somebody here, electrical camo. It's a madhouse. That's absolutely, strange days have found us, the doors. That's exactly right. And the back to what I was saying, alluding to earlier with the Stargate episodes, literally, folks, we're going to do in the future, we're going to do an comprehensive, real serious TV series on another platform. And we're going to dissect and look at all the episodes. And there's like a ton. There's like 200 episodes plus on the 10 years of that SG-1 series. We're going to be talking about that in the future. And it's like every time I wake up, I see something that humanity is so subjective to. Yes, do it. Just recently, they're wearing, no joke, if y'all can hear me okay, now at the fashion shows, you put furniture on. You put furniture. You wear furniture. You don't sit on it. You put the furniture on your clothes. The furniture is your clothes. Yeah, I said that. See what I'm saying? So it's not going to take much. So let's just take it to another level. Let's say if there is folks out there that are bred and, it's just magical, whatever nonsense, and this stuff actually is a real thing, okay? Let's just say that there's some that's not. Okay, let's just say there's some whatever. There's always, you can always be redeemed. Okay, there's always things that you can do. There's always things that can be, you can get changed and altered all you want, whatever. But there is lines and limitations sometimes when it comes to reprobate and all these different things when it talks about the biblical. But I'm not here to blast or preach to anybody. I'm literally telling you guys that what is happening is a cognitive issue, because we're forgetting who we are. We're forgetting like who we are. We're thinking we're completely off the rails. We're not humanity and having humility and love toward another. These watchers, or whoever they are, or Manikuwabu, whatever it is, they're watching, observing, and they're saying, how is these folks doing it? And they're over going, insert reset button. Can you imagine? Ain't he about to push the button and make you disappear? I mean, seriously. That's what this is. It's a crazy town. It's a crazy town. If anybody out there, I know that it's kind of comical here on the show here today, but this is really getting on my nerves. Like, really. And there's going to be people fall to this. They're going to fall face deep into the mud. And speaking of the mud, I'm not going to show I'm going to try not to, well, I'm going to do it. So there you go. And lo and behold, the 4-letter agency, these astronauts, are preparing to go to the moon and asking, are we alone? As rumors of alien life disclosure coming to, DC there, This is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. We lost the technology to go to the moon. All of a sudden, lo and behold, 2026, implement Project Deception. Fuel costs through the roof. Food you can't buy. Let's communicate with the Mayans up there behind the dark side of the moon. Let's bring back the ancient Vimanas that are the biggest football fields. Let's just gravitate over here to this nonsense out in the east. Let's talk about the Stargate that we're harboring. Let's talk about the Stargate that's over here in this. It goes on and on and on. And I can't take it serious, man. I mean, seriously, if you want to know who I am, and I know we go on some big old rabbit trails and rants and everything, but I can't take it serious. I really can't. I can't take this stuff serious. Because it just doesn't. You'll have to show me the Greys will have to come out. Greetings, Brian. Like the movie, I think it was the first encounters of the third kind or whatever it was from back in the 80s. They'll have to come up to me and be like, greetings. We've been watching you. We know your ancestry, your ancestral bloodline. I would literally have to see it. I would have to see it, and I'd be like, I still don't believe you. I'm serious. I'd be like, okay, little buddy. All right, little buddy. I can't get on it, folks. I can't get on that. I can't get on that trail. I can't. So there was something else I was going to show you guys real quick before we, conclude the broadcast and my ranting today. And I'm glad that you all are attending with me this afternoon in this wild, wild west of insanity that we live in, and people talking about he said, she said, and about the total annihilation of humanity. Well, speaking of also, that's taken a lot of, it's criticism. This individual right here, Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb, says the increase in the fireball sightings may be connected to 3 Atlas. And I will say this real quick, and I'm going to be on a serious matter here. I have to agree with him because I've looked at the missing people and the whistleblowers talking about the scientists and everything that are coming out and talking about this whole new thing of technology. And he also said that the 3 Atlas is of a technological origin. It might send probes to monitor the planet. It's kind of strange to me that we're not privy to this, but you can open your eyes and see that the orbs, the meteorites are coming down in all shape or form, and we don't have to be sucking on and doing some shamanism to be able to figure this out. And you know about the astronauts, let's just say the individuals out there that got kicked out of the astral realm just the other day, and I kind of laughed a little bit because if you're doing a little DMT trip, you get kicked out, and I was like, maybe they don't want you no more. Maybe they said, man, you just too privy to this knowledge, and maybe you got so much nano in you, I don't want you watching me. I don't want you watching me in my realm. Don't be coming to my DMT tripping. Don't be tripping up in my DMT. I'm going to kick you out here. I'm going to make you disappear. Go back to your body. That's the kind of nonsense that I'm listening to and hearing when it comes to these astro realms and this negative. It's just all negative. It's all to tear down it's all to tear things down. It's destructive. It's destructive. But Mr. Avi Loeb, I like to have him on the channel. I actually agree with him on this technological origin of this. And I'll say this: did you know the word on the street is that their claims are these missing people? And you take it for what it is, okay? I don't have the facts or anything or any definite proof that this is real, but all these scientists and everybody that's went missing the last few years, they're claiming now that these individuals have made this craft. Some type of metal that can take vibrant heat of like anything to do with nuclear, anything to do with some type of, let's just say things you can go in the sky, any kind of heat, volcanic activity, whatever it is, this metal is indestructible. And I'm thinking that what Avi Loeb is talking about here with these sightings and the three Atlas origin, it could probably come right from here, from breaded right here in the good old soul, because I think it might be something to do with technological advancements and they've built some type of craft and they're testing it. Or it could be also what he's saying, that it could be somewhere else, intergalactic federation, whatever. Here comes the daddies to bring back in the knowledge, the new knowledge from the Sphinx. Here comes the red light filter. Hey, Thor's coming out of the woodwork and showing us this ancient knowledge. Throw the Sphinx arm up in the air and sing Kumbaya. Okay? But astrophysicists here talking about this Avi Loeb, I think he's onto something. I think these probes and everything, and I even speculated that this was a thing. What do you guys think? Is this crazy cuckoo land? Yeah, it's crazy cuckoo land. It is. It's crazy. And deception running rampant. That's 100%. 100%. So welcome everybody to The News Is Not For Everybody. I'm going to try to chill out here and sit down and give me a swig of water before we move on to the few little more snidbits of information I'm going to give you all into the program. If y'all like this this format, I know there's a lot lesser folks in here tonight. I know it's not your typical Tuesday show, but here we are. And what do you all think? What is going on in our reality? So this is another one. This is something that got me really fired up, so to speak. And hang on a minute. Okay. So we talked about this particular thing that was going on in, Stargate series, Cheyenne Mountain. Okay. Well, in 1986, this individual stood in an underground hangar near Boulder, Colorado, and watched a stealth bomber hovering at 20 feet above me. I was then shocked to find out that it wasn't a real craft. It was a projected hologram. So Project Blue Beam, whatever type of holographic technology you can call it, you can put Tupac in there and do a little dance and Michael Jackson on the tailgate, waving at us as he goes across in this stealth bomber holographic tech. This has not been something new. This has been going on for a long, long time, and there's documents that you can go look unless they've scrubbed them from the internet. So we're sitting here waiting for delusion, okay? So this is a time to get your mind right, a time to really focus on who you really are, who put you here, literally, God Almighty, and really start putting the reins on and the saddle and saying, let's just go ahead and ride into the spiritual battle realm. Okay, let's get real with it. Let's shout to the rooftops the name that starts with a J that some people hate that I talk about. I apologize. Well, no, I actually don't, because I love that individual, and I think that's all we have hope in. Because this crazy stuff right now, crazy times indeed, you can't make it up. You just can't. So this is former alleged Men in Black operative, I'm going to say Mr. J, Joseph, spilling on Project Blue Beam, or Project Skybeam, advanced holographic tech developed in the 1950s. Ironically, it's the same time that the Gray Decree was popping off and saying that they was going to interject themselves into our bloodline and cause a hybridization race. And I'm beginning to wonder because the news and everything that you go back and look, even the last 500 years, you see some cracks in the realm. You see some stuff that are not, let's just say, the gaps don't add up. The gaps don't add up. There's information that's being given, and there's information that's not being given. And in the 40s and 1940s, I think we've had a breakaway civilization. Facts, facts, facts. But what do I know? You know? He also claims that they tested it on the public with the Phoenix lights, and the real plane is much bigger. Imagine that, 1997 event in Arizona. And according to Mr. J, the end game is staged global alien invasion, using thousands of projected holographic warships, blanketing the skies, and then going on with this real military crap mixed in with the... And that's all I'm going to say. I hope that's not the truth, but I would not throw out any kind of anything anymore, okay? And I'll just say this. I'll just give a big shout to the military, even though this individual thinks there's going to be some type of diabolical plan against humanity. I think the military, the Marines, and all these individuals that put their life on the line, I always pay tribute every time. It's been the last month. I've always given a big shout to these folks. Truck drivers, military, Marines, salute you guys, because you guys have literally kept us, protect us, and do so many good things for us as far as food source, protection, and everything you guys have to do and go through. My God, cheers. My heart goes out to you guys, because the stuff that you all endure and have to do and put up with and put your lives on the line and then sacrifice with your families. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a big deal. So, what about this with Mr. Joseph here? What if it's the opposite? What if he's saying that it's served in other factions? What if it's actually breakaway civilization, other factions here, Greys, reptilians, whoever you want to call it, the ancient Thor and all, you know, Valhalla coming down from magical world of turbines and showing up on the doorsteps with tall 8-foot Thors. It doesn't really matter. Either way you look at it, something's going to happen, something that they're going to reveal, and this great revealing that's going to cause men's hearts to fail them, and literally, like the Bible talks about, literally throwing discord and disinformation. And I'm over here going, I can't get on the bandwagon. I can agree there's Greys, all these different things, but I just can't do it. We got people putting chairs on their bodies and using it as clothes. Okay. Kind of makes me think of a little rant here. I dated a girl back in 2005. She actually used, not kidding you, I picked her up for a date one night. It was first time, and I'm not kidding you guys. Only this happened in Kentucky. She wore the tablecloth and wore the curtain and had a bandana around her head to pull her hair back. I'm not making that up. She made her own clothes. Maybe she was the first one to do it, and she just started looking around and tearing in all of her furniture and her, drapes and everything and making clothes out of it. She wanted to be creative and artistic. So sorry I brought that up. That actually did happen. And these individuals putting chairs and stuff on their head now, it's causing humanity to look dumb. Okay? No wonder they're getting ready to
insert. Just push it. This is the fifth civilization.
The Hopi Indians have got it right.
Let's just push it. Astronomical cataclysm.
Don't worry about that Iron Dome up in the sky there that's got surveillance cameras like it's the Truman Show. Don't worry about that they can pull lasers down from the sky. Don't worry about that they can actually alter everything and change the trajectory of the bees and the crops and everything else. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. It's alignment, the geometric shapes and when it's symmetrically alignment. Don't worry about that. That's just no big deal. That's been there since the 40s too. Don't worry about that. That's just up there for show and tell. That's just up there to make us believe that we are in another galaxy. It's like Interstellar on steroids. If you've never watched that movie with Matthew McConaughey, it'll make you go cray-cray. So, Electric Camel is cracking me up. Amen, Brian, and the emojis right now are making me laugh hysterically inside. I don't want to start laughing hysterically on here and sound like a crazy man, but it is really just, I can't face it, folks. I mean, I really can. It's just mind numbing. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless almost. I'm speechless. I'm really am speechless. I'm speechless. So, one more thing, and I'm trying to find it here. Oh, where we at?
Take two.
Well, take three. Crash and burn, Brian. Crash and burn here on the live on Visual Disturbance World. Well, we'll just X that out. It's not going to happen. Just cut that out. It's not working. And oh yeah, this is what I was going to say. It just didn't pop up. I can't get it to pop up, but I know what it is. Cherokee Tree, it's always good seeing you. We're getting ready to have to unite, just like the Hopis talked about, when the great spider webs in the sky and the star-like people come down and try to put down the star seeds and everything, and the kachina, blue kachina. We're going to have to all unite because we're all share that ancient blood of the Native American culture. We're kind of getting a little riled up, we don't want them interbreeding with us anymore, and it's going to be tribal, let's just say javelins and arrows, and anything goes, and a little bit of, let's just say, power surges. High-tech redneck can go a long way when the alien invasion comes up. I can just tell you right now, especially a man that has literally issues with his vision and that can barely see sometimes and have literally bad days. Could you imagine? There he goes. He goes into the woods. Here comes Bigfoot. Here comes the aliens. And Brian just walks into the midst of it. Just like this account. And I'm going to throw it up here. I finally got it. According to the account, this anonymous report, this is back in the Miami situation with the Miami Mall in 2024. I'm not even kidding you again. This is coming back around, resurfacing online. It's about to drive me cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and drive me into oblivion. The stuff that just out there, folks. We'll just jump on any kind of narrative, any kind of news feed. I mean, I'm even privy to this myself. I've done the same thing. I mean, my God, folks. This happened literally 2 years ago. I think it was in January, if my memory serves me correct. And this report is coming back up with someone claiming to be responding to an officer of the Miami incident. One woman was mouthing words I couldn't hear. She was bleeding, out of her ears, and started toward the escalator when I hear this deep, draining sound. Well, Matt, hey, I'm sorry to bring this up. There's technology that's being revealed that does this and causes your ears to do this. I can't say it on here, but man, oh man. Started toward the escalator. It wasn't anything mechanical. It was organic, but too big and deep to ever be made by a human. So there's just a bunch of exchanges back with the conversation piece. I can't even read it, and I seriously can't. I got it blowed up on my screen over here, and give me some slack. I got some visual issues, no joke. So welcome to the channel. But yeah, I guess it's time to put on the armor of God, and I guess we're going to have to do some reports and go to these malls that are abandoned. The malls, have you ever thought about this, folks? It's like Stranger Things on steroids. There's these malls all over the face of America, all over the land that's got electrical bills. They must be $200,000 up in fees, and they haven't been open since 2008. They got like these old rapper, like the OCD, the CD stores and all these different things, DVD stores and all that stuff that's all, nostalgic to us. And they're just sitting there with the lights on, popcorn still in the popcorn maker. We got slushy mix over here. We got dead rats eating on some kind of fecal matter, and we got all the malls open, and everybody's like, it's the mall of greatness. And then on the other end, there might be one store opened up on the back end. And if there's not that, it's abandoned. And, you have to ask yourself, undertunnel subterranean life. Tunnel systems. Wow. Why do you keep it covered up? Why is this? You can't make this stuff up, folks. You just can't. So Spirit Box, everything else, Ghostbusters 3, 4, 5, 10, whatever it was, it's a count. The Vikings with the Miami Mall incidents, the Vikings coming up, miraculously manifesting with black shadows, and some kids saying they play with the Spirit Box. Some say that they had a 10-footer run around swinging a javelin. I mean, it's crazy times, and we can't even face it. This stuff is just phenomenal. Like, where are we at? And where are we at? And like, when there's people... Like I keep saying all the time, we need to come together as humanity and be better humans, because the ancient, listen, cultures in the past would literally die off because they've been literally divided, divisive. And that's what I say all the time on the channel. We get so divided over stupid stuff. They drive a Chevy. They drive a Ford. You'll be enemies over that. And we got this stuff going on right now. We got stuff going on in the east side of things. Wars breaking out, famine, gas prices going up and everything. And we're going to fight and debate even on a level of will get in literally fist fights over, that's my favorite team. I can't wear the orange. I can't wear the blue. No wonder they're over there going like this.
I'm 10 seconds, 2 seconds to midnight. The gray decree. Gotta push it.
Because we have literally, we're acting like apes. We're acting like tribalistic type of mentality. This is why humanity is falling off the rails. I'm serious. It has to be. I've never seen it like it before. And then you got people say, well, I don't like him because I can't understand him and his eyes. I can't see his eyes and his soul. I can't see his eyeballs, his glasses. Well, I say this all the time. Why don't you go up to a person in the real world when you're walking, and if they're a blind person, why don't you go ask them where their eyes are? If you're going to do that, I'm not going to bring up about me. I'm just saying this is where we're at. We literally have lost it. We are a judgmental society, and if we can't get past it, if we can't get past all these things that's being taught to us to program us, we're not going to be able to see the mall when there's a Viking show up and be like, "Are you?" Like, oh, that was Pirates of the Caribbean. Thor, could you imagine? I mean, seriously, folks, this is how crazy everything's getting. No wonder men's hearts are going to fail them. No wonder you can give them bread and circus and they'll jump for joy. Whee! But when the ships roll up and everything, projects, blue sky, blue beam, whatever it is, man, I can't even take it serious anymore. Just go ahead and do it. I said the other night I think I did it on ACTV. Just go ahead and give me when the donation ship falls down and crashes in the backyard, please just leave it there for a few moments and I'll make sure nobody's in there and it's not inhabited. I'm getting on it. I'm pushing the destination across the wherever ice wall or whatever type of gate and get the heck out of here because everybody's lost their mind. Seriously. It's coming to the point when literally things what the Bible says is coming to fruition. It is screaming off the pages. And we're sitting here like, well, we can't do that. He's too religious. I can't give him a coffee contract because he's religious. But then they follow you. I don't even know it. And I'm speaking from when I say this random stuff, everything I tell you all, it might kind of sound quirky and out there somewhere. But these are literally events that's happened to me in the past. I'm not making that up. And I just try to say it as a comical, fun-filled entertainment stance because it really does happen. You just can't make this stuff up. You can't. And Texas Torah, it's good seeing you, man. Cody in the house. Texan people. Texan. And I don't know what Mary's alluding to, but not everyone, Brian. That's right. I think you're talking about everything I just said. And Mrs. Green, I know exactly what you're talking about. I have talked about this on one other platform that there's something going on in the food and it'll make you sick. It'll make you want to vomit. It'll make you want to go to the ice wall and push the button. Listen to this. This is extra additional content here, okay? I don't even have a template or bullet points or anything. This is all off the cuff anyways. This whole show is.
E.T. Push the reset.
Just give me 1 second. Let me jump in the craft.
Boom shakalaka. Brian has been extracted.
I mean, folks. Oh my gosh.
Implement 5 to 6 Aqua Life.
Just like the movie The Abyss, I think James Cameron made. Could you imagine, folks?
We will upset the water waves.
And here comes the 5 or 6, the so-called, military or the alien Aqua Life bases that are underneath the water.
Reset the button. The Atlanteans are on the rise.
And then here's the good old boy with the cane and got these special glasses on. I got one that can see. And here comes the floods.
Donation.
I'm losing it today, folks. I could rant all day about this and make me go cray-cray, but it must be too much spray in the sky that's making us all lose our minds. But, Two Lambs, it's good seeing you. It's good seeing you. Why can't it be the 80s again? Jay, listen, did you guys know? Oh my gosh. Did you guys know they're alluding to saying that there's ancient time travel mechanisms with these craft too. They're saying that these reverse engineered and all this alien technology. They're saying, I'm not kidding you guys. I'm gonna be real serious here. They're making accounts that there's ancient alien time travel mechanisms. Listen to me, folks. Ancient ancestral DNA, blood residence or whatever. My ancient ancestors has got a bow or whatever, and dressed, barely got clothes on in Native American culture, and he's going, I can't wait for my great descendant to rise up against these entities. Could you imagine? I'm sorry, folks. I'm losing it. Hang in there, Brian, Mary said. But yeah. And then I'd be like, because you hear this term all the time in the abductees and everything. They're claiming, well, there's big accounts on this that Jesus, they run, flee. So if they're not demons, we got physical entities taking our women and breeding with them. And then we got spiritual saying, so what is it? What is it? And then the whole Jesus account takes it more, even verification for that he came and literally paid the sin debt and everything on Golgotha, the great high mountain. There's always a mountain involved. And he came to save us from this crazy town. This is a crazy world. Don't even get me, Big Arm, don't even get me started. Oklahoma, okay? Oklahoma. I'm gonna try to watch what I say here. In Oklahoma, just recently, they came up, and I'm not going to show the video, or I'm going to try to wordplay it. They's like, sir, this young man was like, sir, is there something with human compost and something else about, I'm talking about their fecal matter and something else. And he's like, yes, we do that. We have to do that now, and all this energy stuff and everything, it is disgusting and vile, and it's just, I can't even breathe. I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know. Mustang Jen. I'm not losing my composure. I'm not like getting into DEFCON 10 over here and losing my wits about me. But if you really do think about it today and really think about the humorous, the content that I put out today in the context, it drains a man's, I don't even know. Like if you can sit here, somebody that has that privy to this knowledge, that has this secret knowledge, ooh, and so knowledgeable, and has all this techniques and technology. I know they're watching the show. I know they are. And they're going, man, that hillbilly down there, man, he went full blown hillbilly. You know, that's right. Santana gets demonic. That's exactly right. But could you imagine? We got us to do as a drive-by here, you know. Oh, that's the guy. That's the guy that everybody makes fun of. Okay. Oh, man. E.T. phone home. And speaking of E.T. phone home, I'll give a couple of shout-outs here because my brain's about to decompose here on the show here. My left hemisphere and right hemisphere is getting ready to blow out into oblivion. So sorry for the rants. I can't help it. That's where we're at here, folks. We got interbreeding programs. They're completely getting us prepped and ready. In 2026, hopefully we'll make it to October, and we'll get the great knowledge from the Sphinx, and the red light will shine us and bless us with the Hathor. She'll come around, do a little backwind, and come back around Jupiter and give you some type of context of her existence and all this other blah 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 blah. And we'll be better. Maybe we'll be able to make it the better time the second time or the fifth time or the seventh time. It's so ridiculous. Unbelievable. I don't even know where we're at. I don't even know. Cognitive dissonance. Okay, speaking of cognitive dissonance, one thing I got to add in here, I'm losing some folks here because they think I was concluding the program. They thought I was concluding the program. They thought I was over, but it's not over yet. That's what I was looking for earlier. I seen this coming back up in the news, and we talked about this many times here. We talked about it on FOJC also. And this gentleman talks about this Mercury stance, and that of course they use Mercury in these chambers under the pyramids. Additionally, and the Hindus also created Mercury in their own temples and created the Shiva Lindgren's from it. Now it makes sense to me. Okay. Then he said the Philosopher's Stone alchemy, which we've talked about for a little bit of time, talking about the Philosopher's Stone. Pretty interesting. We even threw it back there talking about the Thoth and the Egyptian times. The afterlife, the electromagnetic properties, of course, they use mercury, and then you have this. Literally, it kind of cracks me up. I think this is from the imagery of the movie Predator and Aliens. Imagine that. But regardless if it's real, whatever they used it in the movies. So when you have this technology, and you go back and look into antiquity, and there's craft in the sky and everything, and they're flying over our skies and all this stuff, and you think about literally what God said and what God was saying about Noah, and then you look at the Noah 2.0, which is on the rise right now, and you look at the Raphaim and the Gilborim and the giants of old, the Nephilim, we are literally living in the back sewage of the sewage pipe, and it's draining every which way. So if you collaborate and connect with all the strategic landscape, with the geological stance of lithium, aluminum, and a powder keg here in the good old bluegrass state, we can make us a spaceship and take off across the ice wall into Atlantis. We go. We could do it, but they won't do it because the powers that be don't want you to know nothing. They don't want you to know nothing. That's why they're trying to snatch up somebody's land for $26 million. And those women the other day said, not going to happen. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. So 2 lamps, the world is going crazy, so crazy that if you don't stay close to Jesus, you will go crazy too. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Or ma'am. I don't know if I'm so sorry if I misspoke. But ET phone home. Craig Hagen, it's good seeing you. I'm going to give a couple of shout outs. You, PC user, I'm still praying for your husband. After the connection to. They definitely watch. That's right. Texas Tour, they're over here going, I don't want him to get no more knowledge. He sees too much with it. Yeah, the Cherokee tree, the Nephilim are clowns. Well, that is a pretty good observation there. I wouldn't, and so sorry, guys. Somebody said True Talk says, well, if you watch the Willy Wonka factory, you'll see the machines. Yes, I seen that. Oh my gosh, I was laughing. Oh my gosh, I didn't read the last part until you. Oh gosh, yes, I remember that. Oh my gosh, diabolical. Oh crud, that's really bad. Every time bright light, every time they got smacked by the father and it was all reset. Isn't that the truth? And they will get the reset all right. It's coming. That's 100% on that. And I think that's what I'm kind of alluding to during the whole program. So if you're going outside, get your antennas out there like Stranger Things and doing your dissecting glasses. I'm not talking about I don't got them, but I'm talking about if you do a little bit of alchemy and witchcraft and get you a little bit of jug of milk and a jug of mercury and get you a Mercury car. I'm going to find me a Mercury and cruise it up down the road. And you jump into the space-time continuum, you can do your own thing. You can go through the pyramids and jump through like Buckaroo Banzai, and you can just crack off and go through the interdimensional portal. That's how crazy everything's gotten. That's how stupid everything's gotten. That's where we're at. Manifestation, everything that's coming out of the Bible is just screaming off the page, and we're all sitting here in cognitive dissonance land, and we can't tell each other. We don't even know how to we can't even get down the street without turning our GPS on. And we go to the same repetitive store for the last 25 years, and it's sitting there brick and mortar and everything, but we can't freaking figure out where it's at. So that's what I'm saying, folks. We're done. Well, if we don't get back on we don't get back on the saddle and really start thinking and being literally what God gave us to be, like free thinkers and freedom and free will. If we don't start thinking and using our ability to cognitively think, we're not going to make it. Okay. I'm just going to say it. We're not going to make it. So fun hanging out together. It's a blessing. Yeah. And I was going to big shout out to everybody. I'll see you guys literally in the next few days. I will see a bunch of folks and out there in the north. I will see you guys up there, and everybody's laughing. That's what it's all about. Is the Stargate worth watching? Electrical, yes. Is a Stargate worth watching? I've been debating between, yes. So I rather, listen, I would say this, Stargate, way better than the other two. Babylon 5 and Battlestar Galactica. Stargate series is just, the first 2 episodes, I just want a disclaimer here. There is a little bit, I think there's some there's some sections of it that show some inappropriateness, but other than that, it gets a little bit better along the way. So I just want to give you that disclaimer to that. But other than that, it's a pretty decent show. So I'll get me a tall glass of Grandma's peach tea. That's exactly right. Stargate. What we got? Cherokee Tree. Good seeing you. Oh man, True Talk. You're killing me. DNA. Oh gosh. Oh, it's oh man. It makes my stomach turn. What you're saying on the chat. Oh Lord, makes my stomach turn. I have watched the new Tron movie. The Tron Ares. I have watched that movie. But yeah, I didn't mean to get on a rant here today and ramble on, but it has been such fun, even fun for me, and a little sarcastic remarks and everything. But according to Matt, we are literally, he's privy to knowledge, and I'm not knocking him down. The individual he's talking about at the beginning of the program, I'm not knocking down on anybody. I just want people to know where I stand and think about things before we just jump on the bandwagon and believe what everything is being taught. Because it's sickening to my stomach. It's sickening. Passover, that's exactly right. You also have a good Passover. But other than that, I think I'm going to jump off here. I'm losing my wind. I need a big cup of mercury and cruise it up and down the road. And I'm not going to sing the rest of those lyrics. But yeah, I'm surprised they don't have a show or some type of place out there, a cup of mercury. I mean, good Lord, you know. I've seen some pretty nasty stuff. There's a restaurant out there that's selling demon sauce. Just want to throw it out there for demon sauce. It's purple. Looks like Grimace, you know. I'm just going to throw it out there. They're selling demon sauce. Yeah, y'all hear me. And everybody's laughing about it and just going up to the trough. But, you know, it's just pretty pathetic, pretty sad. But I got to watch what I say here on the channel. So, yeah. A little spray make you go cray cray, make you so cray cray that you'll be sitting there eating demon sauce. So yeah, pretty disgusting. And I would not, and I just want a disclaimer here: don't touch mercury nor be involved with mercury. I was thinking about the lines. I'm surprised somebody's not made a coffee, mercury coffee or something bizarro. That's what I was alluding to. So I want to make sure that I don't say too much. So I'm not saying anything. Disclaimer there. Do not touch mercury. It's very hazardous and dangerous to your life. So, according to the account, though, these ancient Mayans and folks down in the inner depths of the earth with the pyramids, they was able to lather it all over the walls and vibrate out of existence and pop, lock, and drop it and bring forth the orbs. So, other than that, I'm glad I can make you guys laugh a little bit. And you're killing me right now, Electrical Camel. Your commentary is driving me crazy too. That's yeah, it's making my stomach turn. I'm not gonna lie to you. My stomach is it's very diabolical. It's just it's vile. Oh, when you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, and you can see through the foggy glass, it brings a lot of sorrow. I can just say that it brings a lot of sorrow. It really does. So, yeah. Why would anybody name anything evil after that? That's correct. They have a new TV show that is out. That is in our world, and kids and everything are subjected to that. That's all I'm gonna say. And they're on the show talking about capturing demons. So we got demons in the cartoons, we got demons in the political, we got demons over here, we got Greys interdimensionally breeding with folks, we got the fallen angels popping off left and right. Where's the timeline going? Everybody's on, on X talking about the timeline shifts and what timeline are we on? Are you going to the 5D, the 6D, the 7D, the 8D world? I can't wait to go there. In my vibratory rate of my harmonics of the chakras, I can just vibrate out into existence and miraculously show up in a pod. That's a whole nother topic for another program. Sorry to keep on rambling, but your all's commentary gets me going. So. Yep, and there it is. That is pretty disgusting. It's all disgusting. Well, not to rant too much and keep it going here. I know you guys are not here just to hear me, just to watch me ramble on. But until next time, folks, like I said at the beginning of the program, we're going to be doing some fun things in the future and more testimonial things that it's going to, unfortunately, be about a month or so from here. It's not going to be here up and coming, but we're going to be trying something new on the channel. Hope you guys can participate, and I would really appreciate if you could. But stay away from the dark side of the moon and all that good stuff and the demon sauce and all that. And y'all just have a blessed day. So until next time, Visual Disturbance with a smile and some coffee in hand. Visual Disturbance is out of here, folks. Until next time, be blessed. Have a great day. Thank you all so very much for being part of the Visual Disturbance community. It is an honor to be a human and stand in the trench of all this monotony, all this insanity. I'd rather have my head up high and keep my chin up and know that I serve who I serve instead of being all so stressed out and worried about doomsday and death and destruction 24/7, which it does take a toll on me. This stuff takes a toll on anybody. But it's always a blessing. All walks of life out there, everybody across the waters, Australia, New Zealand, there's a bunch of people that listen to me. It is a privilege and an honor. I am so honored and blessed. I don't take anything for granted. I'm very thankful to be here today. And we're going to share some things in the future on some new things that got designed for the program so I can talk about things where people won't be so crucial. They're just to try to tear me down, anything that I talk about. And we're going to be doing something in the future that's going to help with that. And it might be for everybody. Everybody might enjoy it. But I'm going to open up some members and all this in the future. So we'll plan on that in the future. But I hope y'all are well. And hopefully y'all get to participate in all that new stuff for the Visual Disturbance. So share this out, subscribe, look all the links in the description. And I appreciate you guys so very much. I really do appreciate it. So you all be blessed. See you on the next one. Have a great week. Enjoy your week. And I'll see you on the next one. And that's right. Chin up, Buttercup. Reese's Pieces. I've been named Reese Cup all my life. Kid you not. But anyways. That name is that's already, I've been named many names, but that one doesn't happen anymore. It doesn't happen anymore. It's Milkman or Broken Down Milkman or something to that level. So until next time, folks, keep it fresh, keep it real. Stay away from the happy, you know what, and demon sauce. I'll see you guys on the next one. Visual Disturbance, I am out of here. Y'all have a blessed day. Enjoy the weather. See you on the next one.
Got one that can see.